Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me for this month's BYOP. It is a red, white, and blue palette. And always, as you guys know, I like to keep things fun and interesting. With the kids home for summer, I thought it would be fun to ask them to pick out 10 shadows that are... We've got some blue and some white going on.
And then we got one red.
Red, white, or blue. So inside we will look together to see what my two little boys picked out from my collection of Luxie Beauty, Divina. I think there might be some ColourPop in here. I only peeped once or twice just to kind of make sure that they were staying on task, but other than that I really don't know any of the shadows that they picked. I think they also looked through some of my Glam Shop shadows, so that will be interesting to see what we have in here. Okay, so we will open this up, take a look inside, do some swatches of the shadows, and then I'll do a red, white, and boom look for you guys. Hi, I'm Kendra Morgan Official, and I like to put out content around single eyeshadows, makeup brushes, and sunscreen. So if you like that kind of content, make sure you subscribe to my channel down below. Let's get started. Here it is. Let's open it up. Oh wow! Yeah! Okay, so they did 12. I think they just kind of filled up the whole thing. Yeah, that's really cool. I love it. I love this. Yes, I love it. I love this is very white heavy, although I'm pretty sure they chose some Divina shadows. And so a lot of these will have a nice like multi-chrome iridescent look to them. So I'm super excited to get some swatches and see what those look like. And then of course we'll get a full swatch of all the eyeshadows put together. And they did go pretty heavy with the red, which actually is a good thing because I think I want to do red and then a nice like this blue. And then we'll put some of these whites in the inner corner. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a fun look. All right, let's get some swatches going. All right, so what's the first shadow? The first shadow is, it is from Glam Shop, and it is Rio. And I don't know how I want to do this. I think I'm just going to do it like that. Because most of these are going to be like sparkly, multi-chromey goodness. Let me go ahead and do a couple swatches here. Ooh, Rio. That's super cute. Next up, I think this is Divina. I can just feel it. No, this is Luxie Beauty's Winter Moon. I don't think this is being sold anymore. This is kind of pretty. Oh yeah, that's a nice complementary blue. The boys have done amazing so far. That looks gorgeous, does it not? Okay, now this one looks like Divina, right? Nope, another Luxie shadow. This is Chili. I think this is from the, was it Sugar Plum Fairy collection or something that they had a couple years ago? That's pretty. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going into our first white shade, which we know is like a multi-chrome iridescent. This one is Divina's Zira. All right. Ooh, this has got like an orange to green shift, I think. Ooh, that's kind of nice. It reminds me of Terra Moon's. I believe I have it. It's red. So we've got these left. The first shade on the second row is our first red. And it is by Glam Shop. I do not know the translation of the word, but here it is. And I'll just put it up along the bottom here. And this is kind of a reddish orange. Ooh, it actually looks mostly orange. Really nice swatch though. It does come across as mostly like an orange red. So that's kind of pretty. Next up, we have another Glam Shop. They pulled a lot of Glam Shop. I didn't even see this when they pulled them out. But this is another one, and it's kind of a red sparkler. Kind of a fuchsia pink red. There we go. Ooh, that's nice. They're gonna have to do this every month for me. Okay, here, I know this is Divina, and it is Proteus. Oh my goodness, yes. Now this one's extremely chunky and flaky. So we're just gonna gently grab a swatch here. See it? It's pretty chunky. Wow. And from my angle, I can see the red too. This one deserves a back of the hand swatch. You guys know those shades, right? All you can see is the yellow. Okay, so now I've got a little bit of more indirect. It's going to be a little darker here, but I got a little bit more indirect light. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. Next up, we have Esmeralda, which I know this one has... What is the Terra Moon shade? Just a moment. Oh, I think it's Red Giant. I need to do some single shadow cleaning up. Those are my Terra Moons. I think it's Red Giant, though. I think it's Red Giant. And this one looks very similar to that. Okay, again, this one's pretty flaky, so I'm just kind of dabbing my finger all around and kind of letting the oils from my finger pick up the flakies. Ooh. That is definitely like a nice iridescent red. I'm so excited to do a look with these shadows. First shadow on the bottom row is Divina's Janae. How did I know the kids would pick that? It's probably one of my most red shimmer heavy shadows that I own, because I don't own too many of them. There's not a lot out there, first of all, and then there's not a lot out there that have good quality. But you know Divina comes through. There we go. Kind of a red pink shadow. I think it's just a shimmer. I don't think there's any like duochrome vibes or anything like that. Then next up, we have another Glam Shop. I can just feel it just by the way the pan came out. Yep, it's Alarm by Glam Shop. And this is like mostly a pinky red. It's a matte shadow. Here we go. We'll put it up against Janae. Actually, no, that looks nice and golden red is how I would describe it. It's like a golden red. It's coral red. Yeah, it's nice. Okay, the last two are going to be nice and shimmery. Oh my goodness. So this is from, actually, it's one of my props. Okay, I ordered it as a wholesale item, and it is from Alibaba, so, but they did. So it is kind of an iridescent, but it's got a nice like formula to it. It's kind of mild compared to some of the other ones, but it is not one that's like for sale on a website or anything. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's like a bluish multi-chrome iridescent shade. There you go. But it is actually on one of my props that's over in my my office area. I bought a bunch of them really cheap to hang up as, you know, like a single shadow queen. So they pulled one of them. I didn't check. Okay, this is Divina's Aylin, and this will be the last shadow in this palette. So that extra shade there, we can just forget about it. We won't use it. It's actually just... Oh my goodness. Eylan, is it Eylan? Eylan? A-Y-L-A-N. Oh yeah, there you go. Yes. So gorgeous. Okay, let's, I'm going to wipe off all these swatches, but here they are. Okay, I'm going to wipe off all these swatches and then we're going to get an eye look going on. I kind of already have in mind what I want. So let's get started. Sydney Grace E03 and dipping into this shade right here from Glam Shop. Oh, I had to repress it, so it's super powdery. But I'm going to see if this brush would be the one to use. Oh, I might need to even use a smaller one like the E04. Let's try this one first though, of different colors. Oh boy. So I'm gonna lay some translucent powder down because I'm already getting some fallout and I don't really want any more if I can help it. Let's get back to it. So I'm gonna start out with this deeper red and then I'll use the next Glam Shop shadow that's a little bit more pinky and I'll put that towards the inner portion of the eye. And on the lid it looks fairly red. So now I'm dipping into, same brush, but I'm gonna go ahead and dip into this lighter peachy pink red. And I'm really gonna dust off a lot because it's okay if we don't quite have as much color. We want it to look like this color but fading. And then I'm also going to bring it up, just up and around this corner right here. And I'm just barely bringing it over. Also, I do believe I'm going to go ahead and grab the E04 with that lighter shade and stamp it underneath and just blend out ever so slightly. You know what? I think I'm going to dust or add with the Sydney Grace E09, that Janae shadow down below. I'm really living for a shimmer moment. It does look a little more pink on the eye, but I don't mind. We will have to put some lashes on though, so. Okay. I'm just going to intensify this redness just a little bit. It's kind of patched out for me. I am not a huge Glam Shop shadow matte shades. They never really have worked for me. Oh yeah, it's patching up really bad, but that's okay. Alrighty, so here's what I want to do. I want to add blue to this portion right there, and then a white fading into that blue. And I think I'm going to use, I think it's Proteus is the shade that I'm looking at. Yeah, Proteus is going to go on that inner corner because that's like a blue iridescent. But it does have like a yellow, like a spark to it, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. And then I'm for sure definitely going to use this blue. And I think I'll use it on the outer corner. But let me cut the crease. This is a mess. I got this as a sunscreen for my eyes because my eyes were just watering so bad every time I would add my sunscreen. Particularly like my Super Goop and stuff. And, oh, there we go. Now I busted out, I blew out this top part, so now it's like, well, that's not gonna work. How am I gonna take that anywhere? I think I might make this more like a softer cut crease, to be honest with you, just because I just need the red and the blue actually will make a purple, so I'm not like super mad about them mixing, but I do want a little bit of distinction so that you can see that there's red and blue and it's not purple. Oh. Yeah, these brushes are super lightweight. They just flip right out of my hands. I think you're going to find in my review that that's going to be a continuous improvement. Now, I may have to cheat and use a little bit of black because I can't get that Glam Shop Red to deepen or intensify anymore without, you know, major problems. Add some of this blue using the same the Sydney Grace EO7. I'm grabbing this blue and I will just begin to place it right here on my outer, I don't know, almost 1/2. And you'll see that the color will kind of change to purple. I'm having to really dip in a lot. And then I'm going to feather in a little bit lighter. I want the darkest part to be out here. And then as I get closer in towards the center of the eyelid, we will, I'm sure that this is covering up my microphone because it's just weird like that. It's not sensitive until you do something silly like that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to dip into like a black just to kind of like deepen up that red a little bit. All right, flipping over the same brush, dipping into Proteus now. And remember, this is flaky. It is super flaky. And then I'm going to start on this inner portion right here. Darling, it's gorgeous. Okay. And I'm picking up, and it's just like almost like flaky. And then I'm tapping in. There really isn't going to be too much blending. That's the problem. It'll be hard to blend anyways. Oh my goodness, look, there's a huge flake. Alright, let's see if I... Yeah, so about that. Now, dipping in with my finger, I think I'm going to try and intensify some of this darker blue and just kind of go over it and maybe just let, you know, things kind of roll out, because honestly out here it should go purple and be dark enough, right? Oh, it does look nice and purpley. I do, you know, I'm seeing a little like, I'm just gonna pop a little bit, blend a little bit more of this red shade. Ooh, but it's so incredibly patchy. So incredibly patchy. Just dipping in there really gently. And then just coming around the top. Quickly, I'm going to do the other eye off camera and then I'll show you guys the completed look. But I don't hate it. I don't know that I would ever do it again because I think these iridescents aren't really, this formula right here isn't really something that I can blend. I'm using that red shade and I think it's called, it's this one right here. Esmeralda. That's what I thought it was. Esmeralda. I'm going to use it as an inner corner highlight. It's a little more like red. And maybe that's what I should have done to begin with. Because this type of shadow, I'm not sure that that's what it's supposed to be used for. But there you have it. Yeah. Gonna go ahead, wrap up, do the other eye off camera, and show you guys the final look. I'll probably put some liner on, just to let you know, because I'm gonna have to use a pretty thick, heavy lash, just so that, you know, you get the full effect, because it is kind of a dramatic eye. Okay, got my other eye done, got some lashes here. I don't think I need all of that in my face. Okay, got some lashes put on, so we are red, white, and boom, baby! As always, I do these collaborations with Beauty and the Frizz, Kara from Beauty and the Frizz, and Kelly Rettenberger from Keep Beauty Real. So we put together a little theme every month, and this month I decided to ask my boys to pick out 12 eyeshadows for me. So I am so stoked to use this a couple more times. However, I do think it'll probably just be more or less these iridescents, and I'll just give my eye look a little, you know, lift. It probably won't look quite like this, but you know, I could see myself wearing this on 4th of July. I definitely could. I would probably switch out Esmeralda for Proteus, because Proteus comes across as that like green shift for some reason on my eyelids, and I really like a pink. I would love a pink shift. So, I have not added a lip color. So I'm going to be using Merit's Slip lipstick. This is from their new lipstick line that they launched. I know this is not about lipstick, but I've been really enjoying these. They're kind of balmy. You don't have to use them with a lip liner. Nice. And then for the gloss, I'm going to put the Au Naturel over top. I think this combo right here makes a good neutral to warm lip that I like and I can live with. Alright, that is it, folks. Thanks so much for joining me. Also, I'll probably have to leave a pinned comment or something in the description box for the next one that we're doing, because I don't remember off the top of my head. I haven't asked the group yet. So thanks so much for joining me. Also, you can join in on this. You can let me know some of your favorite red, white, and blue eyeshadows that you would use for your palette, or if you have a palette already in mind, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, make sure you subscribe and you like this video on your way out. Can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye!